What's going on, Geekdom? This is Chipmunk. We are doing the review over the movie Keeper. So, I'm gonna talk about Keeper first, and then I will talk about the other critics, reviews, other stuff, and then I'm gonna give my discussion directly on how I feel about this movie, the good and the bad with it. So let's just start with what Keeper is. Keeper is a movie that's about a couple. They go to the couple is Liz and Malcolm. I want to say they go to Malcolm's family cabin off in the woods. They have like neighbors and stuff, but they go off into the woods and stuff. For some reason, people are just going into woods and cabins a lot in horror movies. But yeah, definitely makes me not want to go to a cabin. Liz is away from home in a town in the city or whatever, and they try to have a romantic, fun time. Creepy stuff starts happening in the cabin and stuff. Liz starts experiencing different stuff, weird stuff that's happening around the place. Yeah. That's it. We get to learn a lot about the secrets and stuff that this cabin holds. So, yeah, that's basically what the movie is about without spoiling it too heavy. I am going to spoil a couple things when it comes to this movie. But we're going to go over the reviews and everything first, and then I'll give all that at the end. That way, if you don't want to listen to the spoilers and stuff of it, you can click off after. But reviews for Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it a 50%, audience gave it a 40%. I think I would lean more towards like a 58, 57 for myself. So I'm closer to the critics percentage. I usually am, funny enough, but yeah, I am closer to the critics score. It wasn't to me it wasn't like horrible movie. It wasn't great, it wasn't fantastic, but that's mostly because it's slow getting to a whole bunch of stuff and information that you definitely need for this film. It's slow getting to a lot, but it does well on good points for it. It's a lot of interesting and fun shots with this. A lot of the shots they do use in the trailer that are pretty interesting and fun looking. I don't know. I think that's about it for me when it comes to things I liked about it. The story isn't bad. Like, the story isn't like crazy horrible or anything. The story to me itself is fine as far as just the story goes. The writing of it is a little, confusing itself with a couple of different things, but the story to me is fine. It's not like fantastic story, but it's a basically fine story. The premises and everything of the film, I think it is perfectly fine. I don't think it was executed as well as it could have been when it comes to a lot of different things, which includes some of the writing. Things I didn't like about it was with all the cool shots and stuff that was there in the film, there's no real good payoffs when it comes to scares and other things that happen in the film. There's not a lot of good payoffs. It was a bit confusing with some of the stuff of what they're trying to do when it comes to the writing and things of getting to certain parts and not knowing what happened to certain characters and stuff exactly. Also bothered me because they left a lot of stuff that seemed open. It's a lot of things that you were guessing, but it didn't fulfill when it came to some of the stuff you were guessing that was happening. At first, I thought this is mostly probably a psychological. A lot of the stuff that was happening was inside of Liz's head, but Yeah, it is a more of like a monster film. I would think of what they're trying to do with it. So it wasn't all in her head, but it was a monster type film. It did kind of the thing that I didn't like about it. It played off of the supernatural portion of this cabin being haunted, but that wasn't the exact case. And I usually hate that with movies where you're like, oh, this is supposed to be supernatural, it looks supernatural, but then you're over here wondering and guessing how would this portions of part of the movie that seems like it's supernatural happen, because you don't see. Which I guess it could be kind of supernatural, just because the monsters have powers. So spoiler, spoilers. The monsters do have powers and stuff, but it to me it's ridiculous on some of the things when it comes to some of the supernatural stuff that happens. Like there was, apologize. This is going into the spoiler portion of the discussion. So yeah, but not heavy. Liz had like blew some her breath onto the window. And she drew a heart. So later on in the film, that same thing happens, where a breath hits the window and a heart is formed. So to me, I was like, I don't know if that was more of in her head or that actually happened, because some stuff that happens is actually in her head and she's dreaming and stuff like that, and then some stuff is not. So it's like it's hard for me to tell exactly what was real and what was not when it comes to certain stuff. But I want to say that portion was real with the heart, so it made it feel like it was supernatural because there was nothing there. There was nobody there to blow air onto the window and create the heart. So I'm like, what? But it could be that the thing has powers and it just did it because it has powers. I'm not for sure. I don't know. Then there was some stuff where you would see the monsters and stuff behind Liz, and it would work for great, imagery and stuff like that. But it didn't pay off anything. Nothing is paid off by just having these monsters appear behind her and then disappear out of sight. So those are the things that just bothered me with it, because I just felt like there was no payoffs. Because there was one, she was just sitting down on the bed, she was looking, and you see this thing come from behind her. It looks like a ghost come from behind her, coming down from the roof, and then it's there behind her, standing behind her, and then its neck stretches. It goes towards her, but then she looks back and it's gone. So it's like it's a lot of stuff that's like that doesn't really pay off. That I wish really just hit or paid off better. But yeah, there was no real like big kills and stuff that really were interesting that showed. I was disappointed in that. But yeah. But as far as just the premise and story and stuff goes, it was fine. The writing and stuff could have been better. How certain stuff went in the story could have been better. Definitely, I think could have been better when it comes to everything. But definitely, the ending and stuff was a surprise for me because I wasn't thinking that was going to be the case of what was happening. But as soon as Malcolm was telling the story of what was going on with the cabin and everything, and that's when I knew, I was like, okay, yeah, okay, it's going to end up being this way. But it wasn't until he started talking about it where I knew where it was going to then go. Because at first, before he told the story, I thought it was going to go a whole different route. But yeah, that's just my feel of it, my take of it. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great neither. So I give it around like 58, 57 myself. But y'all let me know how y'all felt about it, if y'all watched it. How y'all feel about it when it comes to horror in general. When it comes to things, the cinematography again was really, really good. I did enjoy a lot of the looks and shots, but that isn't going to save the film. That didn't save it. But yeah. If you like this video, please put a like in the video. If you'd like to subscribe to see some more of my reviews and other type of topics, please do. Thank you all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and others. Peace and eat them.